My name is Rasul Narimani. I am one of the directors of Saraye, Iran. I am here with Sonia Furstenau, the leader of the BC Green Party. Sonia has been involved with BC politics for several years, and it is our pleasure to have her as a guest in our event. How are you doing, Sonia?
I'm wonderful. Thank you, Rasul. And Nowruz, Mubarak to everybody today. I'm delighted to be able to be a part of these celebrations.
Excellent. So how do you feel about the spring in general? And I know I'm not sure how much experience you have with the Nowruz tradition, but tell us about your feeling about this time of the year and what's your experience?
I almost find it surprising every year how delighted I feel when spring arrives, when we see the trees begin to come into flower, when we see the air warming up, and that feeling of light and hope and expectation. And I think this year, more than any other year, spring brings us extra hope with the vaccines and the rollout of the vaccinations and the hope that soon we will be back together celebrating important events like this. But this spring in particular, I'm feeling hopeful and joyful. And it is, of course, the season that is impossible not to love.
Yeah, excellent. So did you have any encounter with any Iranian community in the past during this time?
I had the great gift and pleasure of having a student, Shada, who I taught at the school in Shawnigan Lake at Dwight. And I had the delight of eating Persian food that Shada prepared and learning about traditions. And as I was telling you, Russell, she would always make fun of my pronunciation, but Shada was one of my most delightful students. And she is studying to be a doctor now, and I keep in touch with her. And so I've learned a little bit from her about traditions.
Excellent. So as you know, Nowruz is about nature and embracing nature in all different forms. So how do you feel that that value is related to the Green Party value?
I think when you look at the origins of the Green Party, it really is about recognizing that we have to respect and take care of nature. We are a part of nature. And so embracing nature means having that care and respect, not only for our environment and our planet, but for each other. And I think that that is really the embodiment of green values is caring. And it's wonderful that it's reflected so deeply in the Persian tradition and in Nowruz.
Excellent. So last year was a challenging year for all of us. And especially, I think for you, you went through so many different challenges. So can you tell us what was the most challenging part of the year for you as a politician and as a person who lives during this, leads a party during this COVID time?
As you say, it was such a challenging year for everybody. And it was a year of sacrifice, a year of loss for so many people. And it's also been a year of seeing how we can come together and take care of each other and put other people first. But for me, of course, we had the leadership race. It got delayed. It was pushed back, and we didn't have the final vote until September. And then 1 week after winning the leadership race for the BC Greens, we found ourselves in an unnecessary snap election. Really, in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of so much chaos and difficulty. But on the other hand, I was so amazed by what we were able to accomplish. Rasul, you were a candidate for us. We had incredible candidates across British Columbia. I was so proud of what we could do when we led from a place of, commitment to our province, service to people. And I think that what we were able to show in the election was that we are an important voice in BC politics, and we are necessary for bringing in that perspective of, as we're talking about, respecting nature, caring for people, putting that at the center of everything we do.
What do you see the future for the upcoming year? How do you see the future?
I remain very hopeful, and I think we're working on some specific aspects here in the legislature. We're focusing on mental health supports. We're focusing on ensuring that people who need it the most are getting the care they need. And we're also focusing on building that trust in government. I think it's so essential that in a democracy that the public really feels a sense of trust in their government. And so we're doing our best to encourage government to be as trustworthy and accountability and transparent as they possibly can. But I look forward to this year being one of much calmer, sort of slow and steady building. And I really cannot wait to get back out in the communities after we've gotten our vaccinations and we can start to gather and really spend time with communities all over British Columbia. I'm so looking forward to that. And, you know, I look forward to coming and seeing you, Rasul.
Yeah, amazing. So do you have any last words for the Persian community and also especially for those who celebrate Nowruz?
And once again, Nowruz Mubarak. It's wonderful to be celebrating the return of the warm and the light and the beautiful things that grow in the springtime. And I wish all of you the very best celebration this year. And I hope next year that we can celebrate in person together.
I hope so. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Rasul.
Have a great time. Bye.